IQ. He understands the sport. He looks at it in a mental sense. He knows what he needs to do.
Crawford gonna have to stay consistent and win out. Gonna have to get ahead and stay ahead. You know what I mean? And then also looming is the controversy. Can Crawford win a close decision? I could never win a close decision.
As the same, but I just feel like Crawford's ring eye coordination is better, and he has more fire in the body left. He wants it more, in my opinion.
Lennox Lewis breaks down why Terence Crawford can beat Canelo, stressing that the fight is more mental than physical. He explains that Crawford's high boxing IQ, sharp movement, and ability to adapt give him the edge. According to Lewis, size will not be a deciding factor because Terence's tactical approach and intelligence in the ring allow him to neutralize opponents effectively. That's why he believes Crawford can outsmart and outfight Canelo.
He's got incredible talent, incredible IQ. He understands the sport. He looks at it in a mental sense. He knows what he needs to do to stay at the top and be at the top. He moves very well. He's a very elusive mover, and his work rate is high.
I won't ask you who's going to win the fight because I know it's a question you've probably been asked a million times, but I will ask you, do you think this fight goes the distance, or do you think this fight ends inside the distance?
Interesting. Really an interesting fight to look.
Coach Bernie's assessment captures the essence of what makes Terence Crawford such a unique and dangerous opponent. In his eyes, Crawford is not just a sharp puncher. He is a fighter whose precision and timing turn his strikes into punishing blows that few opponents have been able to withstand. Bernie emphasizes that Canelo Alvarez, despite his remarkable resume, has not faced someone with Crawford's combination of hand speed, accuracy, and natural punching power. When he says Crawford's hands are like bricks, it reflects the raw strength Crawford carries despite moving up in weight.
A fight is always highly anticipated, and one this magnitude, you know what I'm saying? I think Canelo is hype too because, they know that Bud brings a different element, and the guys that he's been fighting is now superstars. Bud is a superstar. It's a mega fight. It's an underdog fight, and like I said, I'm sure they anticipate, he has trouble with movers and slick boxers and stuff like that. So they're trying to see how he deals with that, Bud fans is, understandable. Canelo got the power, he got the experience, and he's one of the faces of boxing, and so it just breeds anticipation. Want to see somebody do something great, and I think that's what everybody mostly counting on. It's a lot of hate though. A lot of people want to see us lose, and the real ones want to see us win. You know what I mean? But all in all,
this has created enormous anticipation among fans. The boxing community is buzzing because many want to see how Canelo, who has built a career on strength and counterpunching, will handle a fighter like Crawford, someone elusive, unpredictable, and technically brilliant. Crawford's movement, agility, and tactical sharpness make him a puzzle. And unlike many of Canelo's past opponents, he will not be standing still waiting to be countered. This fight is as much about styles as it is about reputations.
Well, Bud Crawford just hits hard anyway. He got fucking bricks for hands. You know what I mean? He got baseball mitts. His hands is as big as a baseball mitt. So, then he's a sharp puncher. So you got to understand that Canelo hasn't fought a sharp puncher. Them guys wasn't sharp punchers. Magia, Berlanga, the guys, they not sharp punchers. You know what I'm saying? So when you got it's a difference with the speed and the velocity that they're coming with. You know what I mean? If you can understand that, the quickness of the punches, the sharpness of the punches, these guys, you can see all their punches coming. You ain't gonna be able to see all Bud punches coming. You ain't gonna be able to see his punches coming for real.
They have like one common opponent, Amir Khan?
Yeah.
Tell me, what do you think the difference is? Obviously, you've seen a highlight reel with with Canelo.
And for the first time in years, the boxing public feels that Canelo is facing an opponent who challenges him on every level. Amir Khan, who has fought both men at different points in his career, adds a unique perspective. While he respects Canelo's skill and accomplishments, Khan believes that Crawford simply wants this fight more. In Khan's view, Crawford's determination is unmatched and that edge and desire could prove decisive. Akin also notes that Crawford still has plenty left in his career with energy, sharpness, and hunger that surpass what Canelo can bring at this stage.
Moves well, whereas Crawford has the same, but I just feel like Crawford's ring eye coordination is better, and he has more fire in the body left. He wants it more, in my opinion. Whereas Canelo in that last fight against the Cuban guy he fought, he just seems to me that that fire has just gone. Like he was just getting the win and moving around and enjoying himself, which he can do because at the end of the day, the guy he's already cemented his legacy, so he can do that. So yeah, I got Crawford winning that fight.
And when you sparred him, when you were in the same camp with Bomac, what was it? What was it like? You have any good stories about sparring him since you were an opponent?
See, when I fought him as a fight, I didn't know what to expect. But then obviously, when I sparred with him, I would try and different things to really how would I be able to beat a guy like him? And I was working on different things, and the guy is very tricky. He's a guy that always keeps on adapting your style and also keep getting better and better as the fight goes on. So yeah, he's a very very good fighter. I do like him because he came to my camp 2 3 times into drove up to my for spend like 2 3 weeks with me to well just give me some advice and be there with me and win with me and train with me. And so yeah, that's why like them little things go a long way for me, and that's why I'll always support him and push him.
While Canelo has reached extraordinary heights, the wear and tear of years at the elite level has taken a toll. Khan sees Crawford as fresher, more motivated, and currently more locked in. This mental and physical advantage, he argues, may be what tilts a fight in Crawford's favor. For Khan, it isn't just about skills. It's about who is more prepared to sacrifice everything to win. And right now that fighter is Crawford. Trainer Stephen Breadman Edwards gives an important reality check. He explains that Canelo's decision to spar Jaron Ennis, another highly skilled and dangerous fighter, is a smart move but ultimately symbolic.
And don't do nothing in camp and then go look like $1 million in the fight. That's why fighters spend the kind of money they spend on sparring partners, because getting the look or stimulating the intensity of how a fight is going to be is how you prepare for a fight. And the most important part of camp is sparring. So it didn't make me say that Canelo was going to win the fight, but it did make me say, damn, he's taking this fight serious, and that's a real good look. I respect the fact that he went out and got the best possible sparring he could find for Crawford to win this fight. I even respect when he did it, because if he would have got Boots early in camp, Boots would have probably beat his butt. You know what I mean? When you first come to camp and you're not sharp. So he got him a few weeks in the camp where maybe, what's how many weeks left for the fight? About 3 weeks left for the fight. This usually your peak time. So he got him about 3 weeks left in the camp so he can handle the work. Because again, you've been up to Philly and you've seen the work. Boots don't have bad days in the gym. He stays in the gym all the time. Yeah. So like you could just get him off the streets and he'll go 10 or 12 rounds in the gym. He don't have bad days. I'm like, and I'm not just bragging. I'm not bragging about a kid that I don't train or he's not my son. I'm just telling the truth. Like, I haven't seen him have like an off day in the gym in like 10 years. You know how sometimes a guy don't look good and you be like, oh, okay, he not doing his best. He really don't have them days. You know what I mean?
And the crazy part about it is he does more than 3-minute rounds and he never sits down. Like, never.
Sparring, Edwards insists, is not the same as a real fight. Fighters often spar to test strategies, gain experience with particular styles, or even send a message to their future opponents. For Canelo, sparring might be about creating perception that he is ready for Crawford's style. Breadman makes it clear that while sparring can offer useful insights, it cannot replicate the atmosphere, intensity, and unpredictability of a championship fight. In the ring under the lights with millions watching, the stakes are far different.
As Canelo's maybe not had as much experience with that since moving to 168. Usually he's the smaller guy fighting some of the bigger guys. But that's not all this is. This is a message that Canelo is looking to replicate exactly what Terence Crawford has in his arsenal, has in his tool set, because everybody has wanted to see the Boots Ennis versus Terence Crawford fight because it's a stylistic matchup that is very interesting. Both guys fight out of both stances. That's right. Boots will fight out of southpaw and orthodox. Both guys are very good using their defense to create offense. Boots, one of the best at Philly shelling, catch countering, being able to do it out of both stances, has a beautiful check hook out of southpaw. As orthodox fighters throw their left hook, he comes over the top with his. And why would Canelo be looking for someone that could throw a beautiful lead hook and a backhand as a counter punch, rolling with their defense back to their offense? Oh, wait, because that's what Terence Bud Crawford does so well. Boots is explosive. He's got great counterpunch timing. He's got good awareness. His feet are good. He can walk you onto punches. He can lead the dance going first, not just looking for his counterpunches, but underrated, I think, in his aggression to lead the exchanges. This is a perfect get for Canelo. And I'm not even trying to play the one side or the other. Canelo fans, Crawford fans, you're going to think whatever you want to think. But the reality is, getting this kind of sparring is a massive deal for Canelo. It's going to give him probably the best look you could get for Terence Bud Crawford outside of sparring Terence Bud Crawford. I can't understate how important even just a couple of days working with Jerron Boots Ennis is going to be for Canelo, just to see a bit of the tempo, a bit of that switching of stance, because let's be honest, there's not many guys that Canelo has fought that have fought out of both stances and done it as fluidly as Boots Ennis or as Bud Crawford.
Crawford's skill set cannot be reduced to a sparring simulation. Edwards emphasizes that Canelo's choice to spar Andy should be seen for what it is: an attempt to prepare mentally and to influence public perception rather than proof that he will defeat Crawford. The symbolism of sparring during Andy's cannot be overstated. Canelo's move was a clear attempt to replicate what he expects from Crawford in the ring. Andy's, like Crawford, is fast, versatile, and capable of fighting from multiple stances. By sharing the ring with Ennis, Canelo likely hoped to get a feel for the rhythm and unpredictability that Crawford brings. However, as many analysts argue, no sparring partner can perfectly replicate the real thing. Crawford's timing, his ability to adapt mid-fight, and his unique rhythm are things only Crawford himself can bring. While Canelo may benefit from glimpses of similarity, this sparring experience is more about gaining confidence and showing fans that he is taking the challenge seriously than it is about acquiring or winning.